Good morning, guys. It's time for a longer test ride. It's a beautiful, fresh and cool morning, and so we're going to take a little ride out into the countryside just to make sure that it's running okay. And we're on our way. It took a little while to start. It was pretty cold. The clutch is miles better. Just needed the adjuster turning in a little bit. Well, I'd love to tell you what speed I'm doing, but the rev counter and the speedometer are not working. But, apparently I was doing 37, 38. And I need to slow down. I'm sorry, officer, but my instruments weren't working. Well, this is great. Very enjoyable. I hope you've enjoyed the videos of the work that we've done on this bike. Hasn't been much, just lots of little jobs, little maintenance jobs. What I'm probably going to recommend to Paul is that he replaces the twin concentric carburetors with a single monoblock. I don't think it needs the concentrics, and I think they bring other problems. They tend to overheat, definitely. I think that's something I've noticed from the beginning. It's like the fuel evaporates in the bowls as soon as the bike has stopped because they get extremely hot. And I appreciate your comments, guys. I know you've suggested this, with a heat insulator, phenolic type fibre washer or spacer between the manifolds and the cylinder head, and that's definitely an option for Paul. I mean, it runs great, touch wood, but I think he would be a lot happier with a single monoblock carburetor on here, and I believe that's how they were intended. I'm not sure for a 66. I haven't researched it enough yet, but I think it would go as fast as he needs, and if that's what they came with, it would look actually more original than it does right now. I mean, you can get these beautiful new carburetors now from Berlin and Amel, same company, in the UK, and they're not cheap, but they're definitely worth it, and they transform your bike. I did notice a fluctuation in the carburetors when I was dialing it in, you know, it would roam just a little bit. They're pretty good, but they do rattle at the bottom. Oh, and by the way, they stuck at the top. When I did the compression test, I opened the throttle up wide, and the throttle valves actually stuck in both bores. And I tapped them with, you know, the wooden end of a hammer, and they both dropped down. But definitely, so what I did, I had to take everything off again and hone the tops, just the tops of the carburetors, and that seemed to do the trick. I did it a couple of times actually. No, it's a lovely bike. I think it would be significantly better with a change in carburetors. And we haven't even talked about the electrical. Everything seems to work, but as you probably saw from the earlier video, the spark on this left-hand side wasn't that great. It was sort of intermittent, and it wasn't like it was a powerful spark every kick. And so I suspect he might need to get the magneto looked at sometime. Well, as you probably know, this is my little test ride. And I'd love to tell you how many miles it is, but I can't. I think it's about 20 miles, something like that. Just taking it easy on the corners. Two reasons. Number one, leaves. Number two is I don't know how old these tyres are. just got back and it's purring away. What a great bike.